Down the YouTube, I'm the Toff Man, and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. It is episode 3 today. For now, first and foremost, before we do anything else, let me just go ahead and take it off pause and leave it on the slow play mode, because there is another guy to add to this, and that is through your guys. Now, look at this, guys. Apparently, so I've heard, this goes from most important all the way over to the priorities. I don't know how it works. I'll have to get into that properly, but I believe that combat comes first, cooking, then art, then compost, then research, then power, then harvest, all the way like that. I don't know if there's some way of changing this around, but never mind. Never mind. They're asleep, which gives me equal opportunities now. We're going to get Zeke. Now, Zeke is going to be turning into Head Wound, who is the first person, of course, to comment on the last video. And, of course, again, this time, guys, the first person to comment on this particular video will get named as the next person who shows up in the printing pod, which will be at some point in this episode, I'm sure. So, there we go. Head Wound is now sleeping quite nicely right there. So let's take a quick look. I can't remember exactly where we were. We are looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, guys, for our base so far. We've got to get into some of this sort of stuff, though, what we've got floating around. Ooh, that is very breathable. Look at that oxygen. That is fantastic. That is great. So where were we in terms of research? Now, I do believe we've done farming tech. It's liquid piping that we're currently working on, which is fantastic. Now we're actually running out of power in the research station, so we can't do that. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and can I do this? So energy, info. It's got no. I want to research. There's Head Wound. Look, he's getting on there. He's starting. Oh, we've got some fabrications that we can do actually. Let's queue up some fabrications right there. He is making the power to the lamp, which will of course help this algae terrarium to grow a little bit more. This is all water, of course. This is water. We're going to need that at some point soon. But this is vacuum, which is unbreathable. Now, if we actually knock into this, our overall gas pressure, which is all the way around us, will actually go down, because of course this is vacuum. It'll just suck all the air out into there, and it's probably not a bad thing because there's a load of copper around here. So why don't we, oh, mouse went all funny, why don't we dig all that out? We're going to dig all that out, guys, and we're going to get into some of that. Now what I really want to get into is, I just want to get these guys better. I want to get these guys I want them to get them from just trying to survive to living. Do you know what I mean? To actually living. So we'll carry on as we're going along here. Now the research, we're unlocking this liquid piping, which is going to be very, very useful to us. Now we're going to need a place to put all of our water, and probably a good idea, because we can go quite high up here. Probably pump all this water down into what's going to be down here. I think that might be a good idea. So if we go ahead, guys, and shove in a ladder, we're going to have to deconstruct this particular building right here. And if we construct a ladder going just down the length of all of this water, and we knock out all of this, we'll have a big area that we can pump all of our water into, and have, like, you know, pumps and stuff in here, and pump all of the water that we can see into one manageable area. I think that might be a decent thing to do. Is that all algae there? I think it is, isn't it? Right, let's get a little bit of ladder into there as well. Okay, so that's good. Though I do want these guys to really prioritize the research. I want the one person to prioritize the research as much as possible. We really want that pumping to go. How full are these? Let's just zoom in a little bit. Oh, I can't when I've got this selected. Oh, this is getting really, really full. Now, they're using this one over using these two, so these two are okay, but this one's getting really, really full. That will eventually create contaminated dirt, so we're going to have to find a way of dealing with the contaminated dirt, which I believe, if we can go through sanitation, is it something to do with this? Prevents disease, that's good. Manual airlock. That would be nice. Hand sanitizer. Stress. Reduce by filtering contaminated oxygen out of the air. Now, we don't have any of that at the minute, but it could be good. Could be useful. Medicines. Advanced filtration. How do we deal with the contaminated dirt? That's the point. That's what I'm looking for. Convert slime into algae. Oh, that's nice. That's power regulation. Have we got some way of dealing with this? I don't know if we do, by the looks of things. I would have thought it'd be somewhere in here. In the sanitation sciences. Can we convert this bad dirt that we're going to get into something else? There must be some way of doing it. Maybe it's in the farming tech? Ah! Breaks contaminated dirt down into fertilizer. That's the compost. So we're going to have to get some of that going as well. So we've actually already got that. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It wouldn't be under food, would it? Plumbing, refinement. There it is. Breaks contaminated dirt down into fertilizer. Now I'm not sure if this creates some bad sort of air. Decor goes minus 20. Heat plus 2. Fertilizer plus 100 grams per second. But it doesn't look like it makes bad air by the looks of things. It uses contaminated dirt, which is fantastic. The fertilizer can then be used in the fertilizer maker. Oh no, maybe not. So if we dig out an area, probably on this side, I'm going to go with. What's that? Oh, what's this? No. Let's cancel these 2 rows because I don't know what that is yet. Hang on a minute. What is this? It's chlorine. It's unbreathable. But I believe you can refine water from that chlorine. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not known for my chemistry, that's for sure. Alluviate. Doing the job there. Let's go ahead and stuff some more fabrications on here. How close are we to this? So we've got 10 of 20, so we're halfway through our liquid piping. We really need this as well, because that will help us just clean up this area a little bit more. First, we're going to get this. We're going to get rid of all of this. Have I dug all this? I haven't got this all to be dug out yet. She's still making the ladders. I'm not going to overload them, because we've got a lot of digging to do. I'm not going to overload them at the moment. We'll just leave it as it is. Let's speed things up a little bit more. Alluviate's still going there. Still got quite a bit of power as well, so I'm not going to complain at that. I think what we will do, should we use this as the tank? But the thing is, if I put tile all the way around here, it's going to start breaking down the tile. I don't know if that's going to work, because it did round here. It started breaking down the tile, so I don't want to do that too much, if I can help it. We've got a small little base going. Oh, look at this. We've got our next duplicant, which means, of course, we've got another person that can help us out with a little bit more of this. Have we got any algae? I think it's... Oh, we've run out of algae, guys. Okay, let's prioritise this to a 6. We don't want to outdo this. This is a priority 9. So we don't want to outdo this. We'll cancel this as well, so that we won't get them confused. But raw... Is it raw minerals? It's not minerals, is it? What is it? No. Organic, here we are. So we can see we've got 0 contaminated dirt, which we would have anyway, because we haven't filled this up yet. There's literally 5 visits remaining, so we will want to get this at some point soon. So what we will do... That's at priority 6. I think we'll put this at priority 6 as well, and we'll get this area out, and we'll start making a nice... We'll make sure that they do this first by putting that at priority 7. So algae, we're looking good for algae at the moment, which is awesome. How are we doing for air? Also looking pretty decent. Now this carbon dioxide... Oh yeah, it's going to fall actually. That's not good. We didn't really want that to happen, because we want the carbon dioxide around here, because it uses the carbon dioxide. I might have to remove these at some point. I think what we will do is we will dig out this amount of area. And then we'll put tiles here. And then we'll create another area underneath. Do we really want to do that? Because I do want this water to be where it is. Oh, here we go. Look. Oops, that's the digging tool. I don't want to do that. Here we go. Let's choose a duplicant. Remember, the first person to comment on this particular episode will get named after. Will get this duplicant named after them. So, looking at this, we've got Scaredy Cat. So they cannot perform combat. Biohazard. Can't stop this duplicate from getting sick. And it's medicine. That's kind of ironic. It really is. In space, everyone can hear you snore. Now, this is not too bad because you can put them somewhere else. But they've got diver's lungs, which means they don't consume as much air. Now, the good thing is, as well, on top of that, she's got good digging, good construction, creativity, and strength. So she's pretty decent to have. Suki. Decor expectation is -15. Areas with lower values than the duplicant's decor expectations will cause their stress to rise. We're at 1% stress. And the stress response is vomiter. So she's not too bad, actually. I think we're going to choose Suki for this. We're going to print her. There we go. Now, because she is so unbelievably loud at sleeping, we will go ahead and... Is it stations? Furniture, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. And we'll have her cot be up here, miles away from anyone. So she cannot make these guys wake up during the night, and I'm quite happy about that, actually. Actually, I am quite happy about that. They're very nearly finished with this stuff over here. So that's good. We could always move this water somewhere else, actually, thinking about it. Because if the carbon dioxide is going to move down here, we'll probably want to move these to the very bottom of our base. But I suppose if you do this, then the carbon dioxide is going to rise anyway. And if we have these as gas permeable tiles, these, when we finally we unlock them, then the carbon dioxide will actually rise through this. And hopefully, you know, when you get more carbon dioxide, it will actually that they can use it then. So I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I'm not too worried about that at this moment in time. So, have we got any things fabricated? We have not got anything queued up for fabrication right here. Have we got priority on that? We still have priority in that. That's fantastic. Good, good. Let's keep an eye on the gas as well, because they're working in the gas at the minute. There we are. They've broken through to the vacuum, which has actually sucked all of the carbon dioxide from this particular area. It's not dense, as you can see. It's quite lighter in colour, whereas this is quite dense red. So it sucked everything out into here, and that's pretty good actually. That's not too bad. I can live with that. It's sleeping's time. There's the loud sleeper, look. We did well there. We need another tile there so it can stop spreading out into this one. But we'll. Yeah, she is the owner. You've already signed it, so good stuff. She is already the owner. Brilliant. We can make mush bars. Although we've got 14, I think we've got 14. No, we've got 11 field rations. We've got 3 muckroot. We actually need to. Oh, we've got a research that's complete. Actually, look at this, guys. It's fantastic. Okay. Oh no, that's farming tech that it's actually showing me. God damn. I was getting excited then, guys. So we've got muckroot. I don't think you can plant muckroot. But we do need to get some planter boxes going anyway. And I think up here might be a good place to do that. So let's get some planter boxes going. We're going to put them there for the moment. I don't know if they're going to stay there or not, but for the moment they will be okay where they are. And I can't wait until I get myself the pipes and the pumps and stuff like that so we can make this into our little water area. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. So it's unbreathable. But as you can see, I think it sucks all of the carbon dioxide. Oh no, this is really... Look at that, 468 gram. My goodness, that is a lot of carbon dioxide. Now, we shouldn't be too far away from this, actually, guys. 16 of 20. We've got 4 left on that one. Let's speed things... Oh, no, 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 no. Let's not speed things up, because I want to take... refinement, the compost bins. So we're going to get 2 compost bins in there. I think we'll be okay. It's awaiting the minerals. It's very, very nearly. There's 4 visits remaining on that one. So he's going to make that. We'll need some storage facilities as well, actually. I think what we will do... Now, it might actually seep through here. In which case we might have a problem. But I think chlorine's heavier than oxygen. So I don't think we'll have that much of a problem. I want a ladder going all the way up. All the way up here. There's a little bit of water just like clinging to the side here. I don't know how it's managed to do that. God only knows. So we'll do that. We'll let them build that entire ladder up there. And then what we'll do... Is that working? Is that what they are meant to look like? I think it is, isn't it? So it will want to be something like this. Like that. And then they're going to want tiles. Across there. Across there. And across there. Like that. So we can build a nice little house. It's looking okay. Oh, it will do once it's finished. But these guys, they're going to take a while. They are. Oh, now we've got the research, guys. Let's go ahead and pause it for a second. Research of liquid piping is now done, which is great. Now, which way round do we want to go here? This advanced filtration would be very, very useful for us. So, percolation. Convert slime into algae. That would definitely help. Produces a steady supply of oxygen using piped-in water. Water purifier as well. Uses sand to purify contaminated water. We don't have any of that just yet. But I thought we will be coming across some at some point soon. The air deodorizer reduces the threat of disease by filtering contaminated oxygen. We haven't got any of that just yet. The lavatory. Oh. Greatly reduces stress and disease by more hygienically handling duplicants' waste. Interesting. I think we can pipe their waste into like the compost. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but that would make sense to me at least. Manual airlock creates an airtight seal that maintains atmospheric and pressure between atmosphere and pressure between areas, and a shower. That'd be useful. Mesh tile can be used as a wall or floor tile to enclose rooms. Does not obstruct the flow of liquid or gas. All right, that's not too bad. But I think we want to go with percolation down here. By the looks of things, it seems decent. Now, the only thing is, guys, it's going to require a second tier. It's going to require a different way of researching. So if we go into... Oh, why have I got... Oh, that's the new stuff that's got added. Great. The supercomputer can be worked on by duplicants to conduct intermediary research and unlock new technologies. Now, this requires... Oh, it makes heat. It produces a lot of heat, actually, that does. But I think we're going to put it right next to there. We'll connect this up with power as well. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and prioritize this to a 9. I want everything, all this built before anything else, because of course we want to get on with researching some more stuff. So let's go ahead and I swear I didn't... Oh, I did pause it. I thought I unpaused it. Apparently not. What is this? No seed selected. I don't think we've got any seed. Aha! A bristle blossom. Can we harvest it? We can harvest it. Yes, we can. So I want to harvest that as well. Can I harvest that, please? It won't let me harvest it. Is there anything to harvest along? I think... What the heck? What's this here? Look, muckroot. I don't think you can plant muckroot, but let's try. Mealwood. Blossom seed. Okay, there is... We can get this. But why can we not get it then? Dig up. Harvest. Apparently we can. Must reach maturity before being harvested. We can dig up, which converts the plant into a seed. Okay, let's do that. Let's dig that up. Let's get a nice priority of a 6 on there as well. Oh, we can't, apparently. It won't let me. They're going to do it anyway by the looks of things. There we go. She's digging it up. She is digging it up. Now this needs intermediary research. Let's go ahead and fabricate some intermediary research. That's also going to be... Let's prioritise this to a priority 9. I want them to prioritise research because it's going to be massive for us going forwards. So we've got 2 of 20 of the normal ones and none of 10 of the supercomputer ones. We're also going to go ahead and fabricate some of this up as well. Get to that. That will actually lock in 2 people. Unless I've only got 1 doing the research. I don't. Headwood. It's actually got 5 learning. Let's take Suki off that. Right, we definitely want her to dig. Build. Oops. Definitely want her to build as well. Do we want... No, we don't want her to do power. Combat. Art. We'll put her on cooking and harvesting. Suki. That seems okay to me. We've got somebody doing anything. We've got somebody doing everything. So we're pretty much okay there. So Alluvia and Headwound are going to go ahead and get some more research with that, which is fantastic. What does that mean when they do that? Does that mean they level up? Oh, look, they've got dirty hands, they're grimy, and they had interrupted sleep. That's not good. Alluvia is now a level 7 architect. Let's have a look. So stats, 7 construction, 2 digging, 3 learning. Doing okay there. Oh, look at that. Fair cracking on. Fair cracking on. We've got to have a look at this. We've got to keep an eye on this. We've got 11,000. That means we've got 11 meals left. 3 muck root, 8 field rations. So we've got to be careful. At some point, we're going to have to make some food. Now, that just requires dirt and bottled water. And we're not at that stage yet because we haven't managed to get some water. So, I'm going to get a ladder going into the water right here. Silly, I know, but we're going to have to do it this way. I'm going to get a little bit of a ladder going into there as well because we're going to have to start on the pumps. So, let's get a liquid pump. Why can't I put it there? Oh, there. Something's in the way over there. I'm going to put that... Well, I'm going to put it at its lowest point so it'll pump. Which is good. It uses copper ore. Does it require power? Let's have a look. Power, electrical wire. It does require power. Okay, that's not too much of an issue, I don't think. Which way do... I'll go up that way and then across there like that. I'll keep it in the floors. That's going to do that. Now, of course, it's going to require some sort of plumbing. So it's going to require pipes. If we want it to pipe out, we do it this way. Now, we haven't actually built this over here. But we have got access to the water. So, okay. That reminded me of that anyway. So the microbe musher, they can use the water. They can just go ahead and pump the water out and use that for this anyway. So let's go ahead and fabricate 5 mush bars just so that they've got something to eat. And make sure that they've still got some of that. Work pending. Okay. Make sure that that is completely full at all times. Which is good. How are we doing for air? We're doing absolutely fine for air. That's not a problem. That is not a problem. Make sure he breathes. Make sure you get out and breathe every now and then, Archangel. We don't want you dying on us, thank you. Okay, that doesn't seem to be plugged in for whatever reason. Oh. Is that right? I mean, it says... Oh, I don't think... Actually, hang on a minute. Cancel that. Oh, it's not plugged in because it's not. There's no wire there at the minute. There's literally no wire there at the moment, so can't do that. Okay. We've got a lot of jobs and not many people to do it with, so it seems. But they're doing this. I mean, they're getting along with it. Very, very... I mean, it's slow. It's slow progress, but they are getting along with it, which is good. We've got some muck roots. They're the muck roots that count towards the calories there. So we've got 9,000. They're eating away on this one. We're going to have to push up the priority of our food there to a 7, I think. Above any of the digging. Above any of the digging, but below the research, because I want the research to continue on. Who is actually doing the cooking? So, Alluvia, who can't at the moment because he's being outdone by research, and the Shadow can actually go ahead and do that cooking, so I'm alright. But it's okay. Suki has come along. and with her grimy hands has decided that she's going to go ahead and make some microbe bushes. Oh, there's not enough power. There's Headwound running away, trying to get some more power going. Is Headwound meant to be doing that? Yes, Headwound is definitely meant to be doing that. Archangel can also fill in there if we need to as well. Make sure that the priority on this is also a 7. Below the research, but above, actually. It should be above the research, should it not? So we've constantly got power. So we'll do that to an 8. Do that to a 9, and then the 7, of course. Right, okay. We should be okay. We should be okay. It's night time, so we've made it through another day, which is fantastic. I've not had them take any of this. There's one visit remaining, which would make that full. Now, I hope that then they're going to take it down here to themselves. I don't have to pipe it down there. I should hope not. At least. Okay, let's fast forward this little bit. Population of 5. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay, this is good. This is good. We've got mealwood, which means we can actually we can harvest this now. That's wonderful, because then we can plant it over here. Now, I've actually pulled that up, which is good. So we will get, if we pop that here, we will go ahead. No, that's sandstone. We'll go ahead. We've got 19 mealwood seeds, apparently. I didn't realise that. But we've got 1 blossom seed. In fact, I'll have all of this as mealwood. Plant. Mealwood. Plant. Mealwood. Plant. Mealwood. Plant. Okay. So we've got 1 mealwood. Did I plant the wrong thing in there? No. Okay, I didn't. We're okay. It's awaiting that. It's awaiting the mealwood. We're okay. Archangel is now creating some power, so the Headwound is getting on with the research while that's going on. And Alluvia is also getting in there with the research as well. How are we doing? 10 of 20 and 2 of 10. Okay. So Alluvia, you need to speed up with that on the old supercomputer research, if you wouldn't mind, please. Let's go ahead and fabricate some of them more. Some more of them. Headwound is done. Oh, look at that. Look at those lovely, lovely mush bars coming out right there. Lovely, lovely mush bars. I mean, it adds to the calories, so I can't complain. So, that isn't quite ready yet. Meal lice? Oh, that counts as a meal, actually. It's 15. 15 of them. And that counts as 1,500 calories, I think. It's not each, obviously, otherwise we'd have way more than what we've got right now. Okay, we've just got the rest of this pipeline to plug up. We've got this to dig out. We've got the whole of this to dig out before we start even pumping this down here with the rest of it. But I think that might be worth doing now. Let's go ahead and just dig out the entire lot of this. Like that. Okay. And I think that'll do. Shadow X he's just decided that, you know, it's going to be a good idea to plant myself on top of this ladder, like proper Mr. Miyagi style, on top of the ladder and start nomming away at some food. I don't blame him. You know, it's very comfortable. Is, you know, planting yourself on top of a ladder and eating food. I don't know if you guys have done it before, but I would recommend it to anybody. I would recommend it to anybody. So we've got a little bit of work to do, guys. We're still alive. We've still got plenty of oxygen for the moment. We're not. That's not a problem for us at the moment. We're going good, actually. I believe stress is starting to go up a little bit, and it's Alluvia who's got the highest stress of 3%, and that is our entire stress. There is a way of counteracting that, but I don't think I've got one at the moment. Where is it? Is it medicine? That's medical cot. Compost. Is it furniture? Massage table. There it is. Rapidly reduces stress for 1 duplicant at a time. In fact, that would be a good little thing to not to put right next to the thing there. It wouldn't be a nice place to put it. It would be, you know what? To relieve stress, guys, I think it would be a good idea to put it somewhere where we can make it look good. Now at the moment we're a bit pushed for space. we've got a load of planters there. I suppose over here is as good a place as any. So we'll put that there. Unfortunately, at the moment, it doesn't have... really doesn't have the decor going for it, does it, really? Let's have a look. That's, you know, be quite honest. But we can alleviate that by having some decor. So we can put a flower vase, we can put a tasteful memorial, but we can also make some of this. It requires research to do it, but blank canvas, which means people can go ahead and paint. That'll up the decor a little bit. We'll need an area to really have a high amount of decor with these massage tables so that they can go there and just completely relax and unwind, get rid of all the stress, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine on that one. Oh, look at Archangel. He's cleaning the toilet out. What a lad. Right, can we actually... Requires emptying. Emptying it will produce contaminant. That's fine, because it'll go down here into these little compost bays that we've got ready and waiting for this. Oh, Archangel, look at that. Has he emptied it? Oh no, we're making contaminated oxygen here now. Come on. Look, it's contaminated. We'll need a scrubber at some point soon. Get this emptied. Come on. Oh, he emptied it and then just dumped it on the floor. What's he doing? Shadow, thank God you're around. Thank God you're around. That's full, apparently. Even though we've got 15 visits remaining, this hasn't reset. That might be a little bit of a bug there. The compost. Now, is this... Oh, it is. It's making contaminated air. I thought this might be an issue. Right, we're going to have to go ahead and create a little bit of a... Right, let's cancel those bottom two tiles there. We're going to put a... Well, we want a manual airlock there, but we're not quite there yet. We're very nearly there. We're going to put a pneumatic door there. Oh, dear. What are you doing? Shadow, what on earth are you doing? Requires flipping. Oh, dear. You really do need a bath. You do not... Oh, that's people's... Oh, Shadow. I do not envy your job. I really do not envy your job. Oh, my goodness. This will create fertilizer, of course. That's not good. I mean, this should, hopefully, before we get the manual airlocks at least anyway, this should keep the bad stuff out of the rest of the area and just keep it around here. Fingers crossed, at least. There's a little bit of contaminated air floating around the place. All this will get sorted out in due time, though. All this will get sorted out in due time. Is that still not plugged in? No, it is plugged in. So what are you whinging about? Why are you... I don't understand. It looks like it's plugged in, but it's saying it's not. Do I have to do that? I could swear the plug was on the top there. Could be wrong. Right, anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the end of this particular episode. Remember, if you want where is she? Suki to be named after you, be the first person to make a comment on here, and that person will get named after Suki, or Suki will get named after that person instead. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave a like. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this game. Absolutely love it. We'll see how it gets later on down the line, because I've only scratched the surface of it a little bit, and we want a nice thriving base. Cycle 8 we've made it to so far. So until next time, guys, I've been the Top Man. As always, stay safe.